Hi ladies, I wanted to do a short, hopefully short video explaining the background behind our Flowish journals. You may be new to our group or new to my channel, and I wanted to explain how this came about. There is a magazine called Flow, and they have different types throughout the year, and this is an import, and so it is expensive. And so when individuals buy them, they really don't even want to use them for their intended purpose, because these are, as it says here, that they are magazines for paper lovers. And the intent of these magazines are to write in them, remove things from them, really get down and use them. But because of the cost, usually over $30, most people just kind of hold on to them and treasure them and look at them. So I thought one day that it would be a cool idea, because we all have so much in our stash, if we created a journal with the same intention of pulling things out and using them in our other projects. Except obviously it would not be costing, because we would be doing them in the swap. Well, this was about 1.5 years ago, and it really took off. So that's what we do. So these are the magazines, and you can see how thick they are. But the real inspiration for our swaps is the Flow. They call it a book, the Flow book. I know for sure it comes out once a year, maybe twice a year, and all it has no advertising, doesn't have any articles. It just has all kinds of fun stuff in it. Now, this is the one that just came out at the end of 2017/2018. So this is the latest one. Now, I love the concept, but I don't like the price. Everything in here, isn't my taste, but I love it. And I've never bought one, although I have several, but they were all gifted to me, so I really, really appreciate it. So anyway, so those of you that have never seen this before, I'm not going to go page by page. If you go to YouTube, there are people that will take you page through page, and you can see it all. But basically, it is intended for you to tear everything out. Every page here is perforated. So all the pages, you can consider them like background pages, pages you would use in your journaling. These are all like tags. There's postcards. In other words, this is a book that you use. They have fold-outs that you can take out and draw in. They have plastic things that can be removed and put in your other journals. These all come out. These are stickers, more stickers, paper. It goes on and on. Little fold-outs for little pictures. Look how cute that is. Okay, so when we make our Flowish journals, they are intended to be used. They're not journals that you write in or draw in. They are more what I call supply journals. So if you think about it that way, that's what the journals are like. Alright, so we swap those once a month. And I had to look really hard to try and find one in my stash around here, because usually when I get them, I start tearing them apart and using them right away. Now, I have used some in this one, but it's a mess because I've pulled a lot of stuff out. It was real cute, when I received it. But I wanted to show you an example, and this was the only example that I had left that was halfway intact. What we do is, first of all, the binding is very simple. We just use some kind of elastic or ribbon or something so that everything can be pulled out. Now, because we are the Trashy Junk Journals and we recycle a lot of things, don't be left with the impression that when we make these, we're going to be sharing stuff that we don't want, stuff that, you know, we'd be throwing away. No, 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 no. We are going to be sharing the things that we really like. Maybe things that we've had in our stash a long time and we just never used it for whatever reason. It's time to share things that mean something to us that may never get used. Okay, so this was her, it looks like drop paper, and then she painted these beautiful flowers on here. And she included some vintage papers from like magazines and advertisement, and some more old vintage advertisements, some papers, some other pages from books, and you can tell this is handmade that she did, where she fused some fibers, very pretty. Some more from books, pictures, pullouts from some kind of magazines, scrapbook paper, some napkins, some more paper, some little stickers also. Excuse me. Other things from magazines. She made some washi tape that she painted. Some cutouts from somewhere. And, oops. Some more goodies in here. Look at all these fun things. This goes on and on and on. Excuse me. Oh, my throat is dry. Too much air conditioning, heater. It dries all the air out. Okay. But you get the idea. You know, we're not cleaning out the drawer of junk we don't want and putting it in these journals, or just randomly tearing things out of magazines just to fill up this journal. You can see there was thought put into this, the kinds of things that she put in here. And that, oh, here's napkins. And so this is what our Flowish journals are all about. Now, she has more than enough in here. What those that are swapping within the United States, I ask that you put 30, when it's laying flat, that there are at least 30 pages, and you can see there's a lot more than that in here. Oh, I forgot. And she also included these pieces of fabric and ribbon and buttons and all kinds of fun stuff. Alright, so that gives you an idea of what goes into the Flowish journals. And like I say, this was kind of messy because I messed it up. I've been using it. I have another one that was hand-delivered to me. Hold on one second. From a student that came to a workshop here at my studio, and she made this from a gift bag. And so this is a lot larger than we would normally swap, but I just wanted to show you types of things that she put in her journal. Okay, things are falling. She put, look how pretty, these seeds. The packaging is gorgeous, but I love to plant gardens, so these are going to go into my garden in the spring. A nice card that she included. Some pretty napkins. Look at this beautiful paper. I love all things Asian, so I just like, oh, I like this. All right. And, oh, I put this in here because, hold on. I was getting ideas already. Okay. And I have kind of taken some things out of here also. But these are pictures from magazines that are really beautiful. And she didn't know it, but I'm a big fan of Diego Rivera, and that's what this is. And then this is also packaging that she used to put in here. And so you can see how you can use that. And here are some more that I'm going to be planting. And then she included some pictures that go with the garden. And then she has this paper that are these big giant fishies. And I was doing some jelly printing, and I was doing some fishies myself. So this is all going to be part of a project. She didn't know I was doing that either, but it all seems to be working out. And this is beautiful, from Hawaii. She didn't know that I used to live in Hawaii. Unless, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's in touch with, I don't know. I don't know how she knew all this stuff. But look how beautiful all this. So you've got papers. You got wrapping paper. You have pages from magazines. She knows that we do a lot with packaging of food packaging. And my name's Rosemary, so of course you had to include that in there. And so, again, it's just a matter of being thoughtful and putting these together. They don't have to have any rhyme or reason, but they are your special things. They aren't things you just want to get rid of. So even though you are recycling things that you love. So I hope this gives you a better idea of what are included in these Flowish journals. Now when it comes to mailing them, some of the ladies, they make them pretty hefty. So if your postage ends up being any more than maybe, you know, $6, if it's over that, you might consider putting them into the flat rate envelope. These have gone up. I think these are $7.20, and this is like $6.50. I forget now exactly. All the prices are changing so much, but your journal can easily, this was another one I got, but you can tell it's sort of going empty. But just to give you an idea that they fit, this is a large one too actually, and it fits just fine in these. So you can consider that when you're making them, that they would fit inside of these. And so if you do international, I have some information there in the group. As far as international, they do not have to be as big. They don't have to be as thick. Instead of 30 pages, it's only 15. And if you follow the directions that I have for international, it should not cost you very much. If you don't follow the instructions, it will cost you an arm and a leg. So be diligent about, if you decide to sign up for international, that you are going to follow through, because it's going to cost you, even if you follow directions, it's still going to cost you about $10. So be mindful of that if you join an international swap when we're doing these. Okay, I hope that answered a few of your questions. There's more detailed information in the files. but I wanted to just kind of make a video that put some of the information just on in one place so that you know how we do our Flowish journal swaps. Hope you can join us.